Drew Schofield. I'm the founder of ReviveMed Pharmaceuticals. We are a wholesaler. We supply medical supplies and wholesale pharmaceuticals to IV therapy companies, med spas, healthcare organizations, and the like. We were really just in the planning stage when we first reached out to Core Group. We were about a month and a half in to trying to narrow down our ERP and trying to figure out what we needed. And I just came to a point where I was like, okay, I could go cheap and try to do this myself, or I could do it the right way the first time. And so I started looking online for companies that could help with ERP setup, and I found Core Group.
I'm Scott Colin, founder of Core Group Company. Software is about people and getting to know people and understanding problems. So when we engage with ReviveMed, we really did take a lot of time to dive into their problem. ReviveMed just needed a system to help them work in a pretty regulated environment. They needed to deal with knowing, understanding where they're getting things from, being able to trace that, and then also the delivery. They really needed a regulation on that side.
When I was first considering my options for warehouse management software, it really seemed like I could go with a cheaper version and not have to have any development cost to it and all of that. But as Core Group dug in and showed me exactly my needs, not just my needs tomorrow, but my needs a year from now and how that's going to grow over time as I scale, I quickly was able to realize, okay, cutting corners or doing a stack of technology apps is really going to cause a bottleneck, and it's really going to be a burden as we have to transfer everything over to new systems as we outgrow them. Having that knowledge up front, I think, helped my business to grow a lot faster because I didn't have to slow down and reorient and change the way I was doing everything.
A lot of folks in the industry will deal with double entry, like they've got one system here, they copy here, they copy and do that. We really wanted to nip that in the bud as much as we could. So we looked for a holistic, one integrated system. Odoo is a good tool for that because it's got a good price point, but it really is a robust system. And the pricing is really reasonable, right? As opposed to other ERP systems that are out there. So someone like Drew, a startup, a founder, it's a great fit because it can go the distance for him. Him and his team can work entirely in. And like that, they've built processes now with Odoo and this solution that they can continue to use for years.
We've been able to scale from very small when we first launched to actually having over $1 million a year in revenue now. I would have had to put twice as many hours into building this company if I'd tried to go a cheaper route or a tech stack of some sort. Would have probably lost a lot of customers due to, these delays in the systems, not talking to each other, and spending a lot more money probably on accounting because of things not crossing over between the different technologies. And so I really dodged a bullet by realizing and coming to that conclusion, okay, maybe I don't have all the answers. Maybe there's someone out there that I can trust that can help me to get around to the right way to do this for my business. Right away when I got on a group chat with Scott and his team, I remember seeing Scott and thinking, I like that guy. I think I can trust that guy. He was really easygoing. He could hear what my concerns were, and he was thoughtful. He wasn't trying to offer a quick fix or dismiss my concerns. He was really diving into, okay, what does Drew need for his company? What is he looking for? How can we meet that need? I could tell right away he was someone I could work with.
You're challenged to run your business, and that's a challenging thing to do, and you don't want to worry about the systems. You don't want the systems even to be in the way. What we do at Core Group is we really help you figure out what it is you're doing, give you an operational map of how things are looking and maybe where the gaps are or the pain points. And that's really the benefit that we provide to our customers, is really helping them see the forest for the trees, right? Like understanding the bigger picture, really coming in and not being so operationally focused on all my challenges and, I have this need and this issue that's coming up again and again. We want to resolve all that, and we want to get you to the point where okay, here's what I'm doing today in my business. This is where I'm going and this is where I'm growing. And we'll help you enable and empower you to get there.